There is a quiet lie many of us grow up believing. It sounds simple, almost harmless. Be happy, stay positive. Good things will come if you keep smiling, and somewhere along the way, that message turns into an expectation. We begin to feel that happiness should be constant, visible, and easy to measure. But the more we chase that version of happiness, the farther it seems to move away. Because happiness, in real life, is not a permanent mood. It is not a trophy you win for doing everything right. It is not proof that your life is finally complete. Happiness is often smaller than that, and more fragile than we expect. It lives in moments, in the pause before laughter, in a conversation that feels honest, in a morning that begins without hurry, in the relief of being understood. And maybe that is the first thing we need to accept. Happiness is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet enough to miss. We live in a world that teaches us to perform joy. Social media shows us polished smiles, beautiful meals, perfect trips, bright rooms, and carefully edited lives. It becomes easy to believe that everyone else has found some stable emotional ground that we have not. But what we usually see is a highlight, not a whole life. Real life includes boredom, grief, confusion, waiting, disappointment, and silence. These are not interruptions to life, they are part of it. And if we are honest, some of the most human moments in our lives are not the happy ones. They are the ones that teach us patience, humility, and depth. They are the moments when we are forced to slow down, to question what matters, to stop performing, and to meet ourselves as we really are. That does not mean happiness is unimportant. It means happiness must be understood differently. True happiness is not the absence of struggle, it is the presence of meaning, connection, and peace, even when life is imperfect. It is what remains when you stop asking every moment to feel extraordinary. It is the warmth of ordinary life when you allow it to be enough. Think about the last time you felt genuinely okay, not ecstatic, not winning, just okay. Maybe it was while drinking tea in silence. Maybe it was walking home after a long day. Maybe it was a message from someone who remembered you. Maybe it was the first deep breath after a difficult week. These moments rarely announce themselves as happiness, but that is exactly what they are. They are proof that joy does not always arrive as celebration. Sometimes it arrives as relief, sometimes as stillness, sometimes as the simple feeling that for this one moment, life is not asking anything from you. We often make a mistake when we treat unhappiness as failure. If we are sad, we think something is wrong with us. If we are restless, we think we have fallen behind. If we are grieving, we assume we should heal faster. But emotional life is not a test of character. It is a record of being alive. To feel deeply is not to be broken, it is to be human. There is also a strange pressure in always trying to feel good. The more we demand happiness from ourselves, the more we start to fear the feelings that do not fit that image. We suppress sadness, we hide exhaustion, we pretend to be fine, and in doing so, we become less honest with our own lives. But a life built on honesty can hold more than a life built on performance. A good life is not one where you smile every day. It is one where you can tell the truth about what you feel and still keep going. It is one where sadness does not make you ashamed and joy does not make you suspicious. It is one where you stop asking yourself to be emotionally perfect. Maybe that is the real beginning of happiness, not forcing it, but making space for it. When life is allowed to be imperfect, happiness becomes easier to notice. It no longer has to arrive dressed as perfection. It can come as a clean room, a familiar song, a meal eaten slowly, a walk without a destination, a laugh that catches you by surprise, a quiet afternoon where nothing dramatic happens, and that is enough. The myth of constant happiness tells us that a good life should feel good all the time. But life is not built that way. Life is built from contrast, light and shadow, gain and loss, arrival and departure. Some seasons stretch us, some seasons soften us, some seasons do both. And perhaps the goal is not to escape the difficult parts, Perhaps the goal is to learn how to live inside them without losing your sense of wonder. Because happiness, in the deepest sense, is not about controlling life, it is about staying open to it. It is about noticing the small good things before they disappear. It is about not discarding a whole day because it did not feel perfect. It is about understanding that one bad hour does not define a whole life. That is a quieter kind of wisdom, and maybe a truer one. And if happiness does arrive, let it arrive without pressure. Let it be small, let it be temporary, let it be enough.